All right, so continuing on with visualizing sequence data, one common operation is we'd like to look at genetic clusters using different genetic distance thresholds. And so what we can do is go to the settings menu in the top left, and immediately under the filtering tab in this global settings, which you can drag over to the side so that you can see what you would like to view on screen. It will show you a kind of a quick histogram of all the distances. You can see that there's a little bar plotted for each genetic distance. There is a drop down, so you can actually filter the network according to different numeric characteristics. We aren't going to show that here other than applying it to the genetic distance characteristic. And so what we can do is slowly tick down the genetic distance, and you'll begin to start to see this network fragment as we tick down. And so you'll start to see, as we lower the genetic distance threshold, these very tightly wound clusters where everyone's connected to everyone begin to fall apart and fragment. The downside to that is that you've now lowered the genetic distance threshold to really a single mutation, and you no longer remember the people that were connected at, say, 2 or 3 mutations. So one capability that we've developed is to be able to take the network that you see on screen and look at the nearest neighbor of each node. So each individual has mathematically a nearest neighbor. And if you can have more than one person that has that same nearest neighbor value, so if I'm one step away from one person and one step away from another person, both of those individuals are my nearest neighbors. But someone that's 2 steps away is not, right? So what we can do is apply this nearest neighbor filter, and immediately everyone that was connected is still connected, but we're now showing just the closest links of each individual. And again, it's not just only the closest. You know, if we have 2 zero distance links, it only shows the first one, because you can see in this square, each of these individuals has 3 nearest neighbors that are all the same distance value. And so where there is where you are unsure about a connection because they're all equidistant, we make sure to render all of that on screen so that you can see all of those possible connections.